Did you know that some common healthy foods can actually interfere with your blood pressure medication? It's a surprising fact, but it's true. Today, we're diving deep into a really important topic for anyone taking amlodipine, a widely prescribed medication for high blood pressure and certain heart conditions. Specifically, we're going to talk about potassium and why you might need to be mindful of your intake. This isn't about scaring you away from healthy foods, but about empowering you with knowledge so you can manage your health in the best way possible. So, if you or a loved one takes amlodipine, stick around. This information could be a game changer for your treatment plan. First off, what is amlodipine and how does it work? Amlodipine belongs to a class of drugs called calcium channel blockers. Think of your blood vessels as tiny, flexible hoses. For your blood to flow easily, these hoses need to be relaxed and open. Amlodipine works by stopping calcium from entering the muscle cells in the walls of your blood vessels. When calcium can't get in, these muscle cells relax, causing the blood vessels to widen. This makes it easier for your heart to pump blood, which in turn lowers your blood pressure and can relieve chest pain, also known as angina. It's a very effective medication, but like any drug, it works within a delicate balance in your body. Now, let's bring potassium into the picture. Potassium is an essential mineral and an electrolyte. It's famous for preventing muscle cramps, but its most critical job is helping to maintain a regular heartbeat and balancing fluids in your body. It works in a delicate partnership with other minerals like sodium and, you guessed it, calcium. This balance is crucial for your nerves and muscles, especially your heart muscle, to function correctly. Our bodies can't produce potassium, so we have to get it from the food we eat. So, where's the connection between amlodipine and potassium? Here's where it gets interesting. While amlodipine primarily blocks calcium channels, the way our body regulates electrolytes is incredibly complex. Some studies and clinical observations suggest that calcium channel blockers like amlodipine might indirectly affect how our bodies handle potassium. The main concern is a condition called hyperkalemia, which simply means having too much potassium in your blood. Normally, your kidneys are fantastic at filtering out excess potassium to keep levels in a safe range. However, for some individuals, certain medications can make this process less efficient. When potassium levels get too high, it can be quite serious. Mild hyperkalemia might not cause any symptoms, but as levels rise, you might feel things like muscle weakness, fatigue, numbness, or tingling, nausea, or even shortness of breath. The biggest danger of severe hyperkalemia is its effect on the heart. It can lead to an irregular heartbeat, palpitations, and in the worst-case scenario, it can be life-threatening. This is why it's so important to be aware of the potential risk, even if it's relatively low for most people on amlodipine alone. The risk can increase if you have kidney problems or are taking other medications that also raise potassium levels, like certain diuretics or ACE inhibitors. This brings us to the main point of our discussion today: foods high in potassium. Since we get potassium from our diet, managing our intake is one of the most direct ways we can help keep our levels in check. The tricky part is that many high-potassium foods are things we consider super healthy. Let's start with one of the most famous potassium-rich foods, bananas. A single medium-sized banana can contain over 400 milligrams of potassium. While one banana is unlikely to cause a problem, if you're having one every day in a smoothie, along with other high-potassium ingredients, it could start to add up. Another major category is citrus fruits, especially oranges and orange juice. A single cup of orange juice can pack nearly 500 milligrams of potassium. It's easy to drink a large glass without even thinking about it. Grapefruit is another one to watch, not just for its potassium, but because it's well known for interacting with many medications, including amlodipine, by affecting how the drug is metabolized in your body. So it is a good idea to limit or avoid grapefruit and its juice altogether when taking this medication. What about vegetables? Potatoes and sweet potatoes are potassium powerhouses. A single baked potato can have over 900 milligrams of potassium, which is a significant amount. Tomatoes, especially in concentrated forms like tomato paste, sauce, and juice, are also very high in potassium. A cup of tomato sauce can easily add a large dose to your pasta dinner. Leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard are also on the list. When cooked, these greens shrink down, so it's easy to eat a large quantity, and with it, a lot of potassium. And we can't forget avocados. This creamy, delicious fruit has become a staple in many healthy diets. But just half of a medium avocado can contain more potassium than a medium banana. So that daily avocado toast might be contributing more potassium than you realize. Other sources to be mindful of include beans and legumes like lentils, kidney beans, and chickpeas. They are fantastic sources of fiber and protein, but they are also very rich in potassium. Dried fruits, such as raisins, prunes, and apricots, are also very concentrated sources. Because the water has been removed, the nutrients, including potassium, are packed into a much smaller package. Now, hearing this list might feel a bit overwhelming. It can seem like everything healthy is off limits, but that is absolutely not the case. The key here isn't elimination, but moderation and smart substitution. It's about being a savvy consumer and making conscious choices. You don't necessarily have to banish these foods from your life forever. The goal is to avoid consistently eating large amounts of multiple high-potassium foods every single day. So, what can you eat? There are plenty of delicious, healthy, lower potassium options. For fruits, think about apples, berries like strawberries and blueberries, peaches, pears, and grapes. These are all fantastic choices that are much lower in potassium than bananas or oranges. For vegetables, swap out potatoes for rice or pasta. If you love vegetables, and you should focus on things like cucumbers, bell peppers, broccoli, cauliflower, and green beans. These are all nutritious and won't overload your system with potassium. A colorful salad with lettuce, cucumber, and bell peppers is a great low-potassium choice. Let's talk about practical tips for managing your intake. Portion control is everything. Instead of a whole large banana, maybe have half. Instead of a huge baked potato, have a small one. Or even better, try a technique called leaching. You can reduce the potassium in vegetables like potatoes and sweet potatoes by peeling them, cutting them into small pieces and soaking them in a large amount of water for a few hours, or by boiling them in a large pot of water and then discarding the water. This process pulls some of the potassium out of the vegetable. It won't remove all of it, but it can make a difference. Also, be mindful of salt substitutes. Many people trying to lower their blood pressure will use salt substitutes, but these products often replace sodium with potassium chloride. Using them can dramatically increase your potassium intake without you even realizing it. Always read the labels. The most important takeaway from all of this is communication with your healthcare provider. This video is for educational purposes and is not medical advice. Your doctor and your pharmacist are your best resources. Before you make any significant changes to your diet, especially if you're taking medication like Amlodipine, you need to talk to them. They know your personal health history, what other medications you might be taking, and the status of your kidney function. They can order a simple blood test to check your potassium levels and tell you if you actually need to be concerned. They can give you personalized advice on what a safe level of potassium intake looks like for you. To wrap things up, Amlodipine is an excellent medication for managing blood pressure, but it works best when you're mindful of your diet. While the risk of high potassium or hyperkalemia isn't high for everyone taking it, it's a possibility worth being aware of. Knowing which foods like bananas, oranges, potatoes, and avocados are high in potassium allows you to make informed choices. The goal is balance and moderation, not deprivation. Focus on a varied diet with lower potassium fruits and vegetables, and always keep an open dialogue with your healthcare team. They are your partners in health. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this information was helpful and empowering. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more content to help you live a healthier life. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next video.